Welcome to a series so interesting, even Mr. Pegasus is subscribed. Take it away, Jellywick.
Let's up those numbers!
Guys, do you want to know something? I really love Golden Freddy. You know, it's quite interesting, quite, frank with you guys. He's very, or they're a very interesting character, you know, we don't. You know, it's Golden Freddy. He's got two spirits. We got the Crying Child, and then we got the Vengeful Spirit. And I love it because they both go to and converge onto one man, William Afton. Alright, and it's crazy how William Afton is just literally just killing people and then having his victims come destroy him. It's a kind of like the snake eating its own tail. It's kind of poetic in a certain way. You know, William Afton created a monster, and then the monster kills, or not really kills him, just tortures him, you know. So it's very poetic, somewhat poetic justice, you know. Good. I'd say it's a decent storytelling. And then but what I love more is that we know so much about the Crying Child and still know nothing about him, and then we know nothing about the Vengeful Spirit and still know nothing about him. Like, we have so much information for the Crying Child, but then so little information for the Vengeful Spirit. Like, we can't even agree on who the Crying Child's name is. We don't know if it's David, Dave, or Gregory. We don't know. We don't know. And then another craziest thing is the Vengeful Spirit. I mean, I guess we agree it's Cassidy, Cause it was found in the logbook, but that just doesn't. I mean, how do we know for sure that's the real name? I mean, who knows? It could be the Crying Child's name for all we know, because there's you find two names in the logbook somehow, and it's the two for Golden Freddy. It's either Cassidy or Dave or Gregory, or one or the other, and then. Also, that how basically Golden Freddy is used to figure out the entire lore. Basically, like, we have the fractured David, which uses the Crying Child, Gregory, and Edwin as where they kind of merge into one being as being robots of each other. It was an interesting theory, I guess, but it's just I don't know. I feel like I mean, I feel like we've jumped the shark here, guys. All right, I feel like we've jumped the shark here. You know, it's just crazy how many times we've jumped the shark. Like a lot of times we've jumped the shark. Like, it's just baffling. It's just baffling. And then another thing that I like about Golden Freddy is the way we actually find him and interact with him, which originally was finding him through the games. Like, you just stumble upon him. Like, the way you could find him was RNG chance, where he's on the newspaper. You have to look at the newspaper, and then boom, he's on your screen, and you're just like, what's going on? And then flashes, and then of it's me, and then, you know, crying of children. And also, if you put in, I think is it 1983 or is it 1987? One or the other, into the custom night mode, where you can change the difficulty of the animatronics. You get the Golden Freddy jump scare, and I think that's cool, because like it's an animatronic that you have to search and find for yourself. You know, it's not really the surface level up in your face, you know? There's just a bit of mystery to it. Mystery. But then later on throughout the entire franchise, he became more important. Like, FNAF 2, he's there, and then he jumps out at you, and then FNAF 3, yeah, he's not even there, and then FNAF 4, he's the most important because he's literally the entire game is based around the Crying Child and Golden Freddy, or at least part of it. And also, oh no, my bad. He is in FNAF 3. Sorry, I'm thinking about like the game mechanics. No. But FNAF 3, yes, towards the ending where you get the good and bad ending, and then which I feel like Scott had like ideas potentially to get maybe. I think he had the concept of, wait, what if two souls would just possess one animatronic? Like that seemed very interesting. That seemed like an interesting concept. And so you can see it in FNAF 3 where you get the band ending and there's one on each light. Wait a minute. There's one that has two lights? Wait, how did no one notice this? How did no one notice this when the game came out? Like did people look at the bad ending? They're just like, yeah, there's animatronics heads. Oh, we got Golden Freddy with two lights for some reason. The rest all have one light. Nah, this means nothing. Yeah, Pat, don't worry about it. Maddie, Baddie, don't worry. Alright, don't worry about Golden Freddy having two lights. It's not important, certainly, I assure you. Nothing is important on a fire side. And so that's like was a good game changer once we like figured out. Oh, no wonder there's two lights because there's two souls in Golden Freddy. So it makes so much more sense. And then, but the thing that makes it more so fascinating is that Golden Freddy, like two souls, are basically one. So relates to the entire past of FNAF, while the other one is based on the future of FNAF. So, the Crying Child is all about the past, and the Vengeful Spirit is kind of the future-ish. Kind of, because he may or not be the reason why Springtrap is still alive and able to infect, though that, actually no, sorry, I'm thinking about that before Secret of the Mimic. And that came out, so sorry, that theory's debunked. Yeah, what am I saying? Sorry, guys. There's a lot to go over here. I mean, FNAF is very complicated and convoluted, so that's why there's a lot of people yapping away about this game. I mean, it's so nice to talk about it. You know, I get to talk about it in my nice cozy room that's definitely mine. Yes, you know, it's definitely not any of my siblings. No. And yeah, it's just crazy because the Crying Child is all about the bite of 83, which I guess that was very important because that was I think the Kickstarter William Afton's experimentation into finding out how to souls and basically put back together the Crying Child. So though I do have a theory on wait a minute, God. Oh my god, I just had the greatest epiphany. What if, so you know the text where you have Golden Freddy, wait a minute, what if the Vengeful Spirit was possessing Golden Freddy? You know? Like, you know, Second Fredbear? What if that is the Vengeful Spirit? And so, because, like, in the FNAF film movie, Mike has dreams and whatnot of spirits and whatnot, and how he can see spirits, you know, and Abby can see spirits of the dead kids. So what if the crying child is seeing the spirit of Golden Freddy, which is basically a plushie, because Scott probably didn't know what like a spirit would really look like, maybe to the eyes of a child, huh? You know, that sounds familiar, huh? Oh well, and then so what if the vengeful spirit is protecting the crying child, and the one you should not have killed is Golden Freddy, as in you should not have killed me, because I think it's that they've basically merged into one for so long, maybe, because, you know, like living with being housed with two people, you kind of start to mimic each other's traits. I mean, it's like look at couples, look at you guys, okay? Look at your friends, all right? You guys act so similar to each other, like, you know, like one day you'll be hitting ice cream, but then you'll see your friend eating mint chocolate chip, and you're gonna be like, gosh, I'm gonna eat chocolate chip just because my friend's eating chocolate chip. I gotta, just so I don't get outed from this relationship or something like that, or just because you want to get closer to them, you know. But we're getting a lot off tangent here. But that may be one of the other reasons why I like Golden Freddy, is that he's very. Is it open-ended or not open-ended? I forget which one is the correct term to use. Very able to be speculated on, and that, like, you can speculate for endless hours and hours and hours and find some conclusion that might make sense, you know, and maybe one day it does, maybe the next day it doesn't, and so you kind of, it's like figuring out a math problem where the variable is changing every single millisecond. So you're solving a variable that changes every millisecond. It could be X, now it's G, now it's H, now it's F, G, X, Q, G, go, right? Yeah, Not to mention, we don't know how the vengeful spirit Cassidy died. There's been a lot of speculation. It could be that he drowned the vengeful spirit. That's a possibility, because, you know, the one you should not have killed. It's got to be. It's got to be so painful that it's just not good. And so I don't know. It could be just more speculation on my part, but I'd say William Afton either drowned him or basically maybe suffocated him. But I think the way Cassidy died, I think it was putting him in a spring-lock suit. I mean, look at FNAF 4, and, you know, what do we see in the crime? We see the crime shot, and what do we see? A tough hair. That means he stuffed a child in a spring-lock suit. I mean, that would be painful. Like, I wouldn't blame Cassidy. Like, if I was spring-locked with, like, that as a child, I would be so pissed. Gosh, it would just be a nightmare. You know, dealing with all the pain and agony of being tortured like that. Yeah, I wouldn't blame them. I'd want to go after my murderer and get vengeance. No wonder they call them the vengeful spirits. But what do you think? You know, like, do you guys agree with me? I'm curious your thoughts. You know, you can put them in the comments if you'd like. If you watched this far, I'm just curious what you guys think. You know, you can give me some speculation on what you think how Cassidy died, because we know how the crying child died, but we don't know how Cassidy died. Like that is still not answered by Scott Cawthon, because he's a he's not a good writer, okay? Like, yes and no. The reason he's not is because he's making it up as he goes along, and that can be good and bad, because good because you can just develop a story that needs to be developed for your character and plot at the moment. Bad because you don't have foresight of other things of develop. It's like having like 20 shotguns and you only shoot up 5 out of the 20 shotguns. Like, people are going to question, what about the like 15 other shotguns that you forgot to shoot? Like, what happened here, buddy? What happened here, Scott? What happened here? Like, come on, Scott. Do us a favor, okay? Alright? Do us a favor and subscribe, like, and watch me solve FNAF using only the first original 4 games. I mean, heck, come on.